A woman spits into a tiny plastic tube. She seals it and mails it away. Weeks later, an email arrives. Her hands shake as she clicks it. One line stops her cold. She scrolls down, searching for more. A map lights up across her ancestry results. Tiny dots glow across a continent she's never visited. Small percentages scattered across ancient migration routes. 2% from a species long dead. But dead things don't leave fingerprints. 50,000 years ago, someone left theirs. Snow buries a valley in Ice Age Europe. A fire flickers inside a stone shelter. Inside sits Grek, last leader of his clan. Once his clan numbered 200 strong. Disease and famine thinned them year by year. Now only 11 remain. The reindeer herds have vanished south. Winter here no longer ends. Grek's daughter, Mora, coughs through the night. Sickness spreads faster in small numbers. Grek presses a cold cloth to her forehead. He has already buried 2 children before her. He cannot bury a third. He sits by her side until sunrise. One morning, a scout returns, running. His face is pale with fear. "Strangers," he gasps, "by the river!" Grek grabs his spear and climbs the ridge. Below, unfamiliar people build a camp. They are taller, leaner, oddly built. They carry thin spears tipped with stone points. One throws it, and it flies far. Grek's spears never flew that far. For the first time, he feels outmatched. It is a feeling he has never needed a word for. That night, Grek doesn't sleep. He remembers his father's warning long ago. "New people always change everything," he said. His father never explained what kind of change. Days pass. The strangers don't attack. Instead, they leave food near the ridge. Grek's clan watches from hiding, confused. Children peer out from behind their mother's legs. No one moves to take it at first. Mora, weak with fever, reaches for it first. Grek stops her hand, then lets go. Hunger wins over fear that night. The meat is tender, unlike anything they've hunted. For a moment, fear is forgotten entirely. Slowly, distance between the camps shrinks. A young stranger named Tal wanders too close. He meets Mora gathering herbs by the river. Neither speaks the other's words, but Mora shows him which berries are safe. Tal shares dried fish from his people. Something unspoken passes between 2 different worlds. This tiny moment will outlive them both. They meet again the next day and the next. Neither clan knows how often they now speak. But not every meeting between clans is gentle. Far to the east, another Neanderthal clan holds a ridge. Their leader, Borak, trusts no outsiders. When strangers approach his valley, he orders an attack. His hunters ambush them before dawn. The strangers flee, but they do not forget. Borak forbids any trading, any contact, any mixing. "We do not need them," he tells his people. His clan grows more isolated with each passing season. No new food routes, no new tools, no new blood. Their numbers quietly shrink winter after winter. Another clan of strangers arrives from the west. These ones carry torches, not gifts. They see Grek's people as competition. Food is scarce enough already this winter. A hunting ground becomes a battleground. Grek's hunters spot them first. Both sides freeze, spears raised. No one wants to throw the first spear. A crow caws, breaking the silence. Then a young hunter panics and throws. Chaos erupts across the frozen field. Grek pulls his wounded hunter to safety. When the dust settles, 2 men lie still. Neither side celebrates the loss. Grek washes blood from his hands in the river. He wonders if peace was ever truly possible. That night, Grek makes a hard decision. "We move north, away from them all," he says. Mora protests. She thinks of Tal, but survival outweighs a stranger's friendship. The clan treks through blinding snowfall. Days blur into freezing, hungry nights. Their food runs out on the fourth day. One elder collapses and cannot rise again. They leave him where he falls, with sorrow. 10 remain now. Then Mora falls ill again. Her fever burns hotter than the fire. Grek searches desperately for healing herbs. He finds none of the plants he needs. He begins to think he will lose her too. Then footprints appear near their camp. Tal has followed them for 3 days. He brings a pouch of unfamiliar roots. "For fever," he signs, with shaking hands. Grek hesitates, then accepts the gift. The roots work. Mora's fever breaks by dawn. Something shifts in Grek's hardened heart. He watches Tal sleep among his own children. No wolf, no monster, just a tired young man. Maybe not all strangers bring danger. Tal stays through the worst of winter. He teaches them to throw the thin spear. They teach him to track in deep snow. He learns their songs around the fire. His voice is off-key, and no one minds. They learn their people's way of counting stars. Slowly, 2 different peoples become one small group. By the second winter, no one counts who is who. There is simply the clan and the fire and spring. Meanwhile, Borak's clan faces a brutal famine. The reindeer never return to his valley. Too proud to ask the strangers for help, he watches his hunters grow thin and weak. One by one, his people stop waking up. By the following spring, only Borak remains. He dies alone in a cave with no fire. His story ends completely with no children after him. His blood goes nowhere. His name is forgotten first. His cave stays empty for 10,000 years. Nothing of him passes into tomorrow. Spring arrives in Grek's valley, but change keeps coming. More strangers pour into the valley each month. Grek's kind are shrinking everywhere, not just here. Word travels of empty caves further east. Some clans vanish without any final battle. Cold alone was enough to erase them. Others mix quietly like Grek's clan did. Grek wonders which fate awaits his own people. Mora and Tal have a child of their own. The baby has Tal's height, Grek's strong brow. Grek holds his grandchild by the fire. He wonders what world this child will see. He hopes it is kinder than his own. He teaches the boy to read animal tracks. The boy teaches him nothing, only laughs. Years pass. Grek's hair turns to white. His grandchild grows tall, lean, and strong. The valley fills with more mixed families. Fewer purely stocky faces remain each season. The old songs mix with the new ones. Neither Grek nor Tal remembers which came from whom. Even the fire feels different somehow, warmer. One winter morning, Grek doesn't wake up. The clan buries him with flowers and red stone. It is the last Neanderthal burial in that valley. His grandchild carries no pure bloodline forward. Yet Grek's blood does not disappear. It moves quietly into every generation after. Through hundreds of centuries, unnoticed. Through farmers learning to plant the first seeds. Through warriors raising the first city walls. Through sailors crossing oceans no one had named. Through kings who never knew their own ancestry. Through wars fought and wars forgotten. Through plagues that emptied entire towns. Through cities rising from empty land. Through empires that believed they'd last forever. Through printing presses, engines, satellites, screens. No one alive remembers Grek's name. No one remembers Mora or Tal or their child. No one remembers Borak either. alone in his cave. But only one of these bloodlines is still moving. One line stopped in a cold, empty cave. The other kept walking through everyone who came after. Grek's bond outlived every name attached to it. It traveled through thousands of quiet nights, carried inside blood no one could see, passed from mother to child, unnoticed each time, until it reached one woman right now. The same woman staring at her scream. Her hands are no longer shaking. She rereads the words, 2% Neanderthal. She isn't separate from that ancient story. She is the ending nobody expected. Not an ending, really, more like a doorway that never closed, one that 50,000 years couldn't shut. Grek never saw a city or a phone. He only wanted his family to survive. He never knew he'd already won. Extinction suggests something ends completely, but that word was never quite right. But Grek's people never fully vanished. They dissolved into every human after them, into hunters, into farmers, into you. Somewhere in your body, right now, a piece of the Ice Age is still breathing, still adapting, still surviving. In your bones, in your blood, in your breath. Grek's fire went out 50,000 years ago, but somehow it never really went cold. The Ice Age never really ended. It just changed shape.